So it's important. It's important for us to know the difference. And we saw it. My God, we saw it during the debate. Could there have been a greater difference for this? You had a competent, visionary, compassionate, effective leader in Kamala Harris. And over here, you had a nearly 80-year-old man yelling at clouds. I mean, that's what it basically was. So look, Kamala Harris has a to-do list for the American public. Donald Trump has an enemies list against the American public. So what? She is showing us, and we have a new way forward. And we have a responsibility. We know that the economy works best when we make sure that we're working for the middle class, lowering costs on middle class families so everyone gets an opportunity. Donald Trump has no solutions. Donald Trump admires the problem. He's the guy that drives by the fire, tries to tell the fire department to put it out, and it turns out he started the damn fire. That's that guy. So look, we know this. We've laid out a plan to try and get... He goes into a grocery store, and a woman's buying groceries, and he gives her $100, whatever, to pay for groceries, showing, like, you know, what the heck's he going to do about the prices. I got to thinking, why is he doing that? I'm pretty sure he just pays off every woman he sees because of the stuff he's done. That's my thing. So you know it. How insulting. How insulting. And then to go cosplay like he worked in McDonald's, insulting people who do the hard work. He has no idea. So look, Kamala Harris does. It starts with making sure we focus on the middle class, 100 million Americans receiving a middle class tax cut. Make sure it's there. We did it. What Kamala Harris is proposing, a $6,000 child tax credit, we did it in Minnesota. It reduces childhood poverty by 1/3. Now, and I see the folks here in the middle and those that have young children, the cost of child care is scary. It's hard to find. So focusing on getting more providers and the help to pay for that, those are things that make a difference so that people can go out, join the economy, live the lives they want. When J.D. Vance got asked about these, he'd just have grandma do it. Because they asked Donald Trump what to do. Did you see this interview? They asked Donald Trump what to do about child care, and it looked like his brain just broke mid-sentence. It was nothing. Now, you don't need a president who doesn't understand these things matter. These things matter. And look, I want to talk about the idea of the price gouging and things. The best example of this is around insulin. And if those of you in here who are diabetic or need insulin, it's life or death. This isn't like, oh, I'd like to buy something nice for myself. It's like, if I don't have this, I die. And people die from it. And we saw it in Minnesota where a young man named Alex Smith aged off his parents' insurance. He started to try and ration his insulin, and he died. And his mom, Nicole, came to the capital of Minnesota and said, I don't ever want another family to have to go through this. And we passed a law making sure insulin was capped at $35. That's what Kamala Harris wants for everyone. And now, we're all, for those of us in here who understand a free market economy and everything, they keep saying, oh, it's some type of conspiracy that we don't want to have price gouging. Let me give two examples of price gouging. That insulin that we capped at $35, before we capped it, would sell up to $800 is what it would cost. It costs $5 to make it. That's not free market, that's price gouging. And we saw a hurricane coming to Florida, and people were told to get out as soon as they can. Wow, what a mystery. Airline flights shot through the roof, the price of an airline flight. That's not capitalism, that's immoral. That is actually price gouging. And at the grocery store, prices are up. You know what's not up? The price they're paying my farmers in Minnesota. They're not receiving the pay. Somebody in the middle's taking the money, and you're paying for it. Now, this idea of dignity in the vice president proposed something. Again, I'm speaking to the folks here with less hair, a little gray. Those of you who are younger, trust me on this when I tell you this. When you turn 60, you will start paying attention to Medicare. You'll start, the old folks in here know, because here's the deal. Medicare and Social Security are the two greatest anti-poverty programs that allow people to retire with dignity. Fantastic. While Donald Trump called it a Ponzi scheme, Vice President Harris proposed a transformational move on this, allowing Medicare to pay for in-home care for our seniors. Big deal. And some of you young people don't know it, but they don't pay for glasses or hearing aids. She proposed making sure Medicare does both of that for our seniors.